You need to watch this video if you're thinking of moving to Ewa Beach. Today we go through the good, bad, and ugly. We will also visit what an average home in Ewa looks like, one of the nicest communities, and a wave pool that costed tens of millions of dollars, but it's usually empty. Let's get right into it. Okay, so this is the beginning of Ewa, and as you can see, there's a bunch of cars going by, and this is the light time of day. So basically, when traffic does pick up in that 2 to 4 p.m. range, it gets pretty bad. And not only that, to get to the end of Ewa on this road called Fort Weaver, it takes a while. If you catch all the reds, starting from here all the way down to the red, it'll probably take you 20 minutes just to get from the freeway, which is right behind us, down to the end of Ewa. There's a hospital right here. This is Queens Hospital. It's one of the best hospitals on the island. And further down the road is actually a 7-Eleven. It's the busiest 7-Eleven on island or in Hawaii. Either one, we'll see, I don't know. But basically, this is something to think about if you're moving to Ewa. Traffic does get bad between that 2 to 4 p.m. range. And as you can see over there, cars are stopped at the red light and it begins to pile up. And that's something to think about. Additionally, on top of that, you are pretty far from town. Basically from the end of Ewa down to Waikiki, like 45 minutes with bad traffic on the way back. It could be an hour and a half. So if you're moving to Ewa, do not drive between that 2 to 4 p.m. range. So Ewa's really for the people who work nearby. It's kind of tough for the people who work in town just because of the commute, that 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. range or that 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. range. It gets pretty rough sometimes as far as traffic. So you really want to be working in the area. And as far as schools are great here. It's a really family-orientated community. For example, Ewa Makai Middle School is fantastic. You got one of the biggest high schools in student capacity in Hawaii, and that's Campbell High School all the way down this road. Ewa has a lot of big development properties. For example, D.R. Horton comes in here. It's really kind of a suburb area, except for when you get down to the older side of Ewa where you have more plantation-style homes. So let's go check out my newest listing over in Ewa. You can kind of see what you get for what money here. All right, here's our newest listing. This one's $1.15 million, and it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's got a bunch of owned solar, I think 32 to be exact, and net metering, which makes the electricity bill really low. Really helps a lot. This home's a great bargain just because of how much is included. Lots of upgrades were done, especially those solar panels. That's a big add-on. So, as you can see, you got 1 bedroom here on the first floor, 1 bathroom on the first floor as well. Here's our living room right around the corner. Great spot for a TV right here, entertainment station. Kitchen, a lot of the appliances were updated within the last couple of years, also a big plus. And then right next to the kitchen, laundry room. So this home is very unique because it's on a corner lot with just over 6,000 square feet of lot. And as you can see, backyard is huge. So what's really unique about this property as well is most of the houses in this neighborhood or this area only have 2 parking spaces like this. However, this one, as you can see, it has 2 additional parking spaces. These are all yours, and that is really rare to find in this community. And if you have a bunch of cars or a bunch of people living here, huge plus. Okay, so moving back into the home, let's go upstairs and check it out. So this is kind of like your average home in the Ewa Ocean Point area. This is kind of what you're looking at. In the $1 million range, it's kind of the average price. It is going up slightly right now. Bookshelves right at the top of the staircase. This is the master bedroom. You got a little nook here as well. I'm guessing you'd put your bed right there. Here's the master bathroom. And then connected to the master bathroom is a walk-in closet. This one's actually really huge. Big space, big plus. Coming down the hallway, we're back at the staircase. Here is your guest bathroom. And then last 2 bedrooms. One's here and one's there. All right, guys, so this is actually Kamakana. It's a neighborhood kind of close to like the Ewa Makai we mentioned earlier, and it's off to the left side of Ewa if you're looking at kind of like a Google Maps view. But anyways, this is a really nice community. It's kind of more country clubby. There's a country club down the road as well as the Waikai, which is that big artificial surf ramp thing with the big playground and the lagoon and everything. But it's a really nice community. However, since it is nicer, and that means it's more expensive most of the time. And for example, these townhomes here, they did just raise the HOA prices, so you can get them for a good deal, but those HOA costs are gonna bite into your budget. There's a pool, fitness center, and tennis court right there. This community, when I think of it, I think it's a lot of family. There's some great playgrounds here for the kids. There's also a lot of military PCSing going on here. I actually used to live in this community. But if you do have kids, this is kind of an ideal place. The playgrounds are great as well. You know, you got the pool, tennis court, fitness center. It's kind of the perfect combo, but let's move on to the Waikai down the road. So here we are at the Waikai. It cost $40 million to build this wave pool and everything. However, it is part of a bigger plan of a whole resort that's gonna go down here. And reports say it's gonna be about $100 million, and that's by the developer Haseko out of Japan, I think. And yeah, I mean, as you can see, nobody's here. But to be fair, it is a weekday at like 1 or 2 o'clock. But I will say, there are people out there on like the inflatable playground things, and that is usually pretty full. So that's something to know. I personally have been here before. I surfed on that larger pool, and I'm pretty sure they can collapse that median thing to go down and create a huge wave pool. But it's pretty cool. Some legends have been here. Kelly Slater came and surfed here during the opening. But I guess the big sell point here is the playground, which is weird. You would think it'd be this huge wave pool. Alrighty guys, on the topic of waves, here we are at the ocean. The properties on the more ocean side of Ewa, they do tend to be the more older style plantation homes. However, you do get sprinkled in a couple of more luxury listings in like the $2.5 million range. We've sold many of those luxury properties here on the water. They are a good deal as well, so it's something to look into if that's something you're interested in. I call it old Ewa because the homes are older on the ocean side of Ewa. But speaking of ocean, if you want to surf and you're new, I would say Ewa's not really the place to do it. A lot of the spots here in Ewa are more local. Like for example, down the road there is Hellbush, and that's a very local spot. I wouldn't go there if you're not from here or if you're not good at surfing. And over there is Shark Country, also the same deal. Another thing to note here on this stretch of beach is a homeless problem. There are homeless up and down the beach here. And so if you want to go to a nice beach, there's a better beach down the road. There's a beach park with a baseball court and a playground. It's a nice place to take the kids. So that's where I'd recommend. But anyways, on that note, thank you guys so much for watching. As you should know already, I'm a realtor here in Hawaii. And if there's something you would like us to cover in the future, give us a comment down below. And if you learned anything at all from this video today, give us a like and a subscribe. It's much appreciated. And if you need anything, have any questions about real estate in Hawaii, I'm happy to help. Shoot me a DM, text me, whatever you need to do to reach out, I'm here for you. Thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you guys later.